a really good pickup for them because I think that would just
Black
be like a
Falcon.
really, I think that would be like a really good, like solid pickup for them who will be able to get a bucket, but then will be able to show like a lot of their like guards and forwards who are very like similar, you know, players to Harrison Barnes, how how to contribute at a high level. Um, I mean, I really can't wait to see what Greg Popovich and Chris Paul cook up together. Um, but anything else you want to talk about in free agency before we hit our final subject of the Olympic roster?
I think that's all I got. I'm ready to talk about some Olympics.
Okay. How you feeling? You think is America getting gold?
If they don't, I feel like a lot of questions are going to be asked about a lot of people, and I also wonder what this looks like for us in another 4 years. I mean, if we can't get gold with the roster we have, it's extremely disappointing. That's not to say that other people's rosters are bad. It's just that our rosters are just so much better, so much deeper. But that could be our downfall. I mean, we've seen in the past that European teams that play together, that know chemistry, that pass the ball around, is better than just being able to give it to the best player on the court and make him ISO score. I know we had a little argument about who should be on there, who shouldn't. We saw that Kawhi obviously got uh, injured and decided to no longer be on there.
I don't think
Derek
he was
White
really
takes.
injured. I think it was a little bit more of bullying from his own
He should
camp
not have been there.
and the Clippers. But
His
I'm
butt.
saying since who Kawhi?
Kawhi, yeah.
Okay, let's not talk about one of the greatest two-way players ever like that.
Anyways, he got replaced by Derek White. Wrong choice in my opinion. That's coming from a Celtics fan. If you're, I mean, wrong. Even just straight from the team, I think there's better players from our team you could have gone with. Jalen Brown must have turned it down. That's what I'm thinking. I mean,
No,
or maybe they don't want him to go out there and shoot. They wanted someone who was going to come in and just play defense and run around. Um, I don't know. It's an interesting one. I love Derek White and I love a lot of players in the team, but there's people that should not be there. Tyrese Halliburton should not be there. No chance.
I
You look at all
disagree
the
with that
aura.
one.
You look at all the aura that people have out there. Tyrese Halliburton has no business. Jalen Brunson should be there over Halliburton.
I disagree with that take, but teach firm. That's it. And no knock to Brunson, but I just think to win Olympic basketball, you have to have unselfish players who can contribute to winning even when the ball isn't in their hands. And I think Tyrese Halliburton is a really good bench pickup for America simply just because he is one of the best passers in the league. Um,
His
the way he
offensive
can just,
bag is terrible.
I disagree. I mean, you see when he's healthy how good he can be. Um, I don't know. I get your take. I think Jalen Brunson might be a better player, but I think better fit for Olympic basketball. I think they made the right choice for Halliburton. Um, and I also don't fully disagree with your Derek White take. I just think I saw someone on Twitter talk about um, with a team so full of talent, you really needed somebody who comes in and just does a lot of dirty work and is okay not getting the ball that much. And stars can say that as much as they want, but at the end of the day, you're going to have your own subjective thought about yourself where you're saying that guy's better than me. I mean, you already seen it with Anthony Edwards of when he asked him like who's the guy, and he said I'm still the guy. No offense to Anthony Edwards, he hooped in FIBA last year for America. Um, I'm not giving Anthony Edwards the ball before Curry, before Bron, before AD, before like there's so many players. I'm just like you're not that yet. I think you're great. I think you're only going to get greater. But come on, you're telling me you're the guy over Bron? Stop it. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just not. You're
He's
not the
doing it
guy
for the
over Curry.
cameras. I don't know if he's actually serious.
No, he is. I mean, but I feel like when you get to that high of a level, you have to think like that. You're not going to get there unless you think like that.
He really might be MJ's son.
But I just think, like, if you're being realistic, like, the team's going to run through Braun. Braun's going to be the point guard in the starting lineup, and Tyrese Halliburton's going to be the point guard for the second unit. But it's going to really be interesting to see how this whole team can come together. I mean, you've seen in previous years when we've had like superstar god squads like this. Not that they fully even struggled, but you can see how the team, it took them a while to have chemistry because a lot of these European teams have been playing together ever since they were children, most of them, where a lot of these NBA players have maybe played with each other like here and there, but not, too extensively. So it's going to be a lot of learning the habits of each other. But there are players in America have such high level talent wise, better than these other teams. I think they'll be able to bridge the gap, but it's kind of hoping they can bridge the gap sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And overall, our group isn't that hard to beat. I think we're in Group C or D. I don't think.
Let me ask this: how do you feel about? I don't know if you've seen the dialogue on Joel Embiid and him choosing to play for USA.
First off, that's the stupidest dialogue I've ever heard in my whole entire life, and it actually infuriates me. Maybe am I am I a biased Joel Embiid fan? Maybe, but just simply as a basketball fan, but also as like a competent, sympathetic individual. He has stated it multiple times. He pledged to USA because his son is American and he wants to represent his son's country. But not even that. Joel Embiid has been in America since like the age of like 12. He spent most of his life at this point in America, most of his high level playing career in America. Like almost, and I understand like people are trying to bring up like, oh, he doesn't want to go represent, Cameroon and this and that. I'm like just all the reasons of his son, he's played in America for most of his life. He's lived in America for a decent majority of his life. Like it's so pathetic to me, at least, how much they like want to tear him down. I mean, and that's just gonna come when you're like one of the best players in the world. I mean, you see how they do it with Braun. You see how they do it with like KD, Jason Tatum. Yeah, like the conversation is always gonna be very derogatory to some of the best. And that's what makes them the best is because they can take it and keep moving on and still being great. But it gets annoying. And I understand that a lot of it's clickbait, but don't talk about me of Jose Alvarado playing for Puerto Rico. You know why Jose Alvarado is playing for Puerto Rico over America? Because he would have never been considered even for the select team of America.
Exactly.
And that's no diss to Jose. I think he's a great player. I think he's going to hoop for Puerto Rico, but we're talking about apples and oranges here. Like it's not going to one player is like the best player, like top 3 player in the world, and the other player is a bench player for a team that got swept in the playoffs. They're not the same at all.
I know. For me, it's just like we're American and we're complaining that Joel Embiid is playing for us. He's about to help us win a gold.
Exactly.
Like, it'll be the same people that are about to be like, oh, let's go win a gold. No, keep that same energy, bro. If you're not happy that Joel Embiid is not playing for his country, I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous. As you said, it's completely different with Alvarado because he would never even smell the court for USA. And yeah, it's great. It's great. I'm glad he was able to get his country into the World Cup, into the Olympics. That's awesome. It doesn't. I don't care.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think in this world of social media, how much people harp on and hate when given the chance, just because you can hide behind these screens and you can just put your little comments in your little Instagram thing, really sickens me because I really just hate seeing players get hated on for no reason. I think when there's moments to hold people accountable and to ask people to be better, that's one thing. But to just, this incessant just like hating culture that's becoming such a big thing in like social media, especially for sports, it really is annoying. And I feel like it ruins the game for a lot of true fans who just want to enjoy the game and watch high level sports.
Oh, I can't stand it.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I really wish it would change, but at this point, the internet is a double-edged sword. It's great that I can talk to somebody from Serbia about hoops, but it's also horrible to have to listen to Jonathan, who's in the 7th grade, call Joel Embiid a flopper and this and that, and say he's horrible when he averages 30 in the playoffs off one leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I mean, it's gotten to the point where I don't even talk about Celtics players anymore, just because instantly they just immediately get shown oh, he's so corny. Oh my god. Like Tatum cannot even breathe without getting absolutely roasted for no reason. He got a haircut, and they're like, "Who does he think he is? Oh my god, he wears the same jersey that he's worn the last few Olympics." Compared to, and then Paul George is doing the same thing with the Sixers, but no one says anything about Paul George. But everyone's like, "Oh, Jason Tatum's such a clown. He's wearing Kobe's number. Oh my god, just do something original for once." I don't know. What? Enjoy the game. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the players. Enjoy the generational talents. It's insane.
Exactly. I mean, we're gonna have players like Braun, Curry, KD. The list goes on. Leaving the game very soon, and there's so much hate around them than appreciating what they are. I mean, it's funny because I can promise you 10 years from now, people are going to talk about James Harden like he was this majestic player that you would have never believed ever existed on the court. But in the way that the media and the fans talk about him is just so belittling that it's like, if I was a professional athlete, I don't know if I'd even want to have social media. Not really because I'd say I'm soft, but more so because it would make me mad. And I'd be I would respond and do something or say something that would be out of myself
fights. Yeah.
Because I don't want you talking about me like that. So big up to these players for being able to be respectable adults and role models for future players and kids in the world, in the league, and not listening to the haters, but then also, respect to the ones who can filter the hate and the positivity and turn it into something productive. But I guess one last question before we finish this episode. It's pretty evident there is a little bit of a skew between the different groups in this year's Olympics. Is there anybody? Group A is very much insane. Is there anybody that immediately scares you as a fan of America?
Definitely not in our group. I think Serbia will be a good way for us to get battle ready and battle tested. Obviously Germany's got a nice squad, the team that knocked us out. Other than that, only team I don't want to see is France.
Fair.
Because with the shot blocking rules the way that they are, the way that you can smack it off the rim if it's sitting up there, I mean, Wemby and Gobert on the court at the same time, I fear for us trying to drive in that paint. I fear for anyone trying to drive in that paint.
Yeah, no, that definitely is lockdown central there. I'm really interested to see how Canada is such a young team overall really sets the stage for